Morning, Joyce.
Good morning.
We're the first ones here.
Okay. Looks like we got a bright sunny day.
Yep, and beautiful out. I'm in Eastern Washington right now, so it's always sunny.
Huh?
I'm in Eastern Washington right now, so it's really sunny and hot.
Yeah, okay.
Hey there.
Hey, Jim. James.
Something so I can email it.
Yeah, you can do that. Or I mean, if you have USB-C.
I have no idea what that means. Normal USB?
Everybody, please sit down.
Okay, yeah. Email it to. We'll just do it to location.
Bell, you okay with that?
Yeah, no problem. Like, see what you
Okay, I'd like to call the meeting to order.
So, Sergeant of Arms, can you do the pledge?
Paying attention to you, Mr. President.
We'll do our best to make it work.
Order in court.
Deputies on ride, please. We have very serious business to be conducting this morning, so please join me in the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well done, well done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do the four-way test, and let's do it the right way. Are you ready? First, is it
True.
Second,
Is it fair to all concerned?
Third,
Will build goodwill and better friendships.
Fourth,
Will be beneficial to all concerned.
fifth,
Fun.
sixth,
Taken.
seven, four. Good job, everybody.
Awesome, thanks.
All
That
right.
is great.
That was the best corn ever.
Yes. So, Mr. Gary, do you have an inspirational note?
I do, hold on a minute.
Okay.
Okay. Here's my inspirational note for the day. Grant me a sense of humor, Lord, a saving grace to see a joke, to win some happiness from life, and pass it on to other folks.
Awesome, that's great. Now sit down. Do we have any guests in the audience today?
Yes.
Okay. You want to, you want to introduce yourself? I don't know who brought you here.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris. My name's Chris.
I was actually at the Aquafest and met Ron, and he told me about this club.
He's in the corner.
I just moved out here with my wife. We moved from West Seattle and then to Bothell and now to Lake Stevens. We just bought a house here. Thank you. We have a 2-year-old daughter, and in 16 days approximately, I'll have another daughter.
Wow.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Welcome.
Did you get an application or anything?
I have not.
Okay, Ron, or,
I got it.
okay, yeah. Yes.
I'm also a guest. So,
Okay.
my name is Steve Alexander, and apparently I'm stalking Chris because I also moved here from Bothell. My house. Except I already have my kids, I'm done. And I'm here. I moved back to Lake Stevens. It was here many years ago as part of the chamber, and I just wanted to check out your group.
Awesome, yeah, great. Get him an application, yeah. Don't forget. Awesome,
I was done too.
right. And we have you guys back there from the food bank.
We'll do an introduction.
Okay,
It's that time.
okay.
Promptly at 8:05.
8:05?
Give you 5 minutes at least.
Give me a heads up, send a balloon up or something so I know. Awesome, okay, good. So, and today, birthdays, I don't know if there's no birthdays on the list. Was there any birthdays out there this week that I might have missed? And so we have spouses, partners' birthdays, and we have Peggy Rubel, which is August 4th. I don't think she's here, or he's here. And then anniversaries this week, we have marriage anniversaries, Kyle and Laney Strand, right? Leanne?
Sounds good.
Sounds, yeah, it's spelled weird. August 2nd, congratulations. And then we have Kendra, are you on the Zoom or what?
She's on a romantic anniversary.
Oh, good, yeah, because her anniversary with Chad is August 3rd, and that's what we have for today. So awesome. That's pretty good. And then, so we'll get into some announcements. Anybody have any announcements other than I have a couple? Movies in the park tonight. I think you and I are going to be down there.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think then we need maybe another person that could help us out.
Was Dawn the third or somebody else?
I was. What time are you guys doing? I got what time is it?
I'm like
5.
Where's that at? Park right here.
I think it's at
Lundy.
Lundy.
What time is the actual movie? Jim was talking about
9:30.
9:30. We're setting up at 5.
It does.
So we set up at 5, drink for 4.5 hours, and then.
That's what I'm leaving. I'm leaving when the movie starts.
Rotary.
You gotta love it. So anyhow,
Our machine would be the once over. It's looking a little scary.
That's why you're meeting at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, and bring a pressure washer.
Oh, yeah, thank you. What time is that? Tonight.
It's out of
I brought that to meet him at-
So the other thing is, past president of this club, Randy Solori, past chief of the city, is having a memorial over here at 5 o'clock. So if we could, some of us get over there, that'd be wonderful. So at the mill, yeah. Okay.
You don't need to start the thing at 5 o'clock for the movie.
Well, what time should we be there?
7:30.
Oh, that's even better.
Still needs to be clean though.
Yeah. So we get there at 7 then, or whatever. At 7, I mean, that's plenty of time. The
You on a satellite?
movie's not going to start till 9:30.
Okay.
No, I'm on a phone.
You're on a phone? Okay. Okay, good. Awesome.
That's my 2 cents. Bye.
7:30 is the time to get there, and so I think we'll get the machine from Gary, I guess.
I got the keys, so I'm getting you.
We'll talk about it after the meeting a little bit.
Bring your truck.
Go early because, the supplies should be checked. There's oil and butter and popcorn.
Fake
But
butter.
there may be some empties in the shed.
Pretty sure we threw it away.
Okay, we'll get it figured out. We'll maybe need one more person, so if somebody could volunteer, that'd be great.
I mean, I would suggest if someone wants to, they could run over there to the thing this morning and just check supplies. And then, if you need something, go to cash and carry and get it. Other than that, I don't know who used it last. So,
Okay, all right. So the movie's in the park tonight. We'll kind of talk about it after the meeting, get that organized. So, okay. And then, so we have district grant, which was extended to September 15th. So we got to kind of start thinking about gearing up for what we're going to do for a district grant. Any thoughts on that? I know one time we talked about the food bank and trying to kind of beef that up. So is there any comments?
Well, that would be the best thing for us to take on right now, because if we're going to try and be a sponsor of the kitchen, then it's gonna up our price, so we need to get as much as we can.
There's no information. But we'll come up with something.
Oh,
But if anyone has any ideas, throw them in the hat, and then the board will take the next step.
The board meeting's coming up, so that would be great.
I thought we were going to try to do something with the food bank, take the 15,000 and try to match that.
Echo, yes, that's what we're doing.
Do you have a mute?
Thanks, Jim. Yeah. Are you even on TV? I don't know. There he is.
at least he has his shirt on.
Just came out of the head. Okay, so, okay, one more thing is, I don't know, Rochelle, you want to talk about Aquafest and how much fun we had and
Oh my
all that? That was a.
It was so good. It was so good. We came close to our world record, very close. Really, it was a scaled down Aquafest this year as we get gearing up for next year, which is going to be a huge blowout. And we still did almost just as much business as we normally do. Actually, dollar value, we did more, way more than we normally do, because we did have, we increased our prices and sold only a few cases less than we do normally. And everyone came together. Everything was dialed in. The corn was amazing. Tom
Excellent
from
taste.
IGA and Granite saved the day. That guy is so nice, and he followed up with me. I mean, I went and met with him. I thought, oh yeah, okay, this guy's not gonna ever call me again, give him an update. He doesn't care about me and whatever he thought was my corn. But he did several times and was really on it to find us the corn. So we owe him a good thank you. Please go to IGA, support their grocery store, and buy lots of produce there.
I haven't seen John get you in the top.
Oh, yeah.
And better not be mayonnaise.
The pastor down the street,
We're not doing mayonnaise.
the pastor at that church literally thanked Rotary because he sold the condiments that we didn't have. Mayonnaise, the tagine, sugar cheese. So they went Rotary and then went down there.
Well, we love to share, so we can have that business next year too.
Mexican street style.
They're not doing it. keep the mail cold and all, even though it'd be great. I mean, we've done all the research trying to switch up what we do, and we keep coming back to plain old boiled corn with all the dollar store spices.
And butter.
And the butter. I mean, the butter puts it over the top, right?
Maybe
But,
some roast people just have some mayonnaise and cheese.
yeah.
Pull it out of the refrigerator, extra buck. I got some chili right over there. Meet me around the room.
Well, I think we might be separating our tent out next year and do a shopper's lounge. Make it a little, a separate area for shopping, so it doesn't get into the main booth. Our booth was, we're not really doing what sales out there, and, so it was a little bit. Not as intended with, I give a whole end of the booth to Plain West sales, and no one ever sits there or sees it. So, I think we'll do a shopper's lounge. With a bar.
Yeah. Or part of a union deal.
We'll do a speakeasy shopper's lounge.
The beer cooler.
Yeah, I brought the credit.
Okay, great. Now, it was a lot of fun. I mean, yes, sir, ma'am.
Sure, it's fine, works for me. I was gonna say, you were talking about the sales. I did reconcile the credit card sales. I haven't counted all the cash, there's a lot of cash. So all the money. But the, credit card sales total up to $3,545. And that was $3,033 in corn, 420 raffle tickets, $226.55 in tips.
Yeah, we had a
Wow.
lot.
Yeah, so that was awesome. And so next week, I'm going to know how much cash.
So we normally do all in 3,200-ish,
Yeah.
right? So that's just
Gross.
credit cards. So we did do a ton of business in cash. So you guys rocked it. It was a fabulous weekend.
Thanks for all your organization on the whole thing.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for stepping up and doing your time in the booth. That's what put it together, what did it successful.
That's why we love us. Yes.
And the upsells, a lot of people were upselling, adding water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, two things, did we win the land parade?
I haven't heard anything.
And I want to hear from the judge of the water parade.
That's because we voiced him down.
Wojnowski, the floor is yours.
Honorable mention.
Nice.
Well,
We
really what that means is she doesn't want to get in trouble with Rotary, so.
Where's our sprayer?
So many good votes. Connor was also judging, and so was Mayor Brett Lee. Yeah. So much fun. Everyone, the whole city like showed up on the.
I thought the first.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
good.
A lot of debate.
I mean, they like stepped it up with the dragon and then the water.
Yeah.
That was
awesome.
That was awesome.
I dialed it up when we got to the judges. That might have been a mistake. You did? That's okay. Yeah. Cool.
Thank you, everybody, for helping the landscape.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, so Lori, treasurer's report.
I just need it.
Okay,
Lots of money.
good, awesome, great,
And
okay.
I brought a lot of checks for scholarships. So, our
Okay.
checking account's going down now, we have work to get that done.
Good, excellent, that's what we like to hear. Okay, Gary, secretary's report.
Okay, how long have you guys got? Because I haven't been able to do a report in a long time.
Well, we did a lot last year.
Yeah. I have a whole minute. Next board meeting is Thursday, October 18th at our usual place. For the first time in a very long time, we have 2 new banners to add to our collection. Steve brought in this from Spokane North when he was out doing his stumping.
No.
You were on official business, right?
Official business.
Okay.
Rotary business.
And some of you remember that we had Julie Howell here from Bloomington, Illinois. She sent this. She says, thanks for welcoming me to your club. I had a fun visit. Hope you had a very successful Aquafest. So she
Oh,
was
wow.
doing that. Okay, and I have some thank you cards that I'm going to send around that anywhere from people that we donated funds to scholarships. So if you want to take a look at them, just send them around. And then kind of following up on our service hours for Aquafest, we had 315.25 service hours for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that is pretty awesome. And that isn't counting going back and figuring all of the committee meetings we had, which I've got to go back and figure out. So we're probably going to have in excess of 400 hours on this event. And that was what I will report to Rotary International for our service activities. And as soon as I get how much money we made, we'll put all of that together and that'll go into their record. So I want to thank everybody for that. Chris and I had a visit to the Monroe Rotary Club yesterday. They asked Chris to come down and share with them how we put together our website. So he got up and gave a little spiel, and then I got up and told the real story. And I suggested that we could sell some Aquafest tickets. Who sells them? He does.
It's a shared deal. But
I had mine sitting there, and you sold them. Yours. So, but we had it was a fun little visit. I got to tell you, our club does shine when you look at it. They have a nice club. They're small. I think they said they had 26 members, which kind of surprised me for the size of the Monroe.
They've been up and down over the years, yeah.
So, anyway, it was a good report.
Thank you, Gary. Yeah, it was a lot of fun over there. And they're kind of starting to ramp back up and get more members and things of that sort. So it was pretty cool to kind of get around, see what everybody else does. And I was telling Gary on the way back, it's just like, this club is phenomenal. The way we have it set up, what we do and work together and all that, it was just, you're going to love it. And so are you. So anyhow, okay. So President-elect Dawn, what do you have to say? What say you?
Well, I finally got off mute there. Well, yeah, it really was a fun Aquafest, I got to admit. There's lots of little frustrations here and there, but it came off pretty well. Anyhow, we did have our meeting on Tuesday for the Rotarians in Action. And we do have a plan for the next 3 or 4 months from a standpoint of projects that are going to be happening, starting with actually this coming or two Tuesdays from now. We're going to be finishing the painting at the swim beach. And I think we'll probably end up doing that. That's Tuesday, the 16th of August, probably at 5:30. It's always interesting with people around, when the best time to paint is, but I think that would probably work out pretty well. Then we're planning to do the first phase of the landscape cleanup, if you will, at Lundeen Park in September. And I think we'll work out the exact date and time for that as we get closer, because it's going to be a big project. If anybody's looked over at that area by the basketball court at Lundeen Park, there'll be a lot of stuff to clean out there, but it's mostly just pulling weeds and that type of thing. And then in October, same story. We'll probably wait till we get closer to pick the exact date and time. We'll be doing replanting of that area. The timing ought to be really good, because October is a great time to be putting stuff in the ground, because you don't have to worry about it drying out so much. So other than that, that's what's going on there. And we did have an interesting meeting yesterday. And Chris, maybe you could talk a little bit about that if you want to, but we're working on the details for the auction at the coming up Corks and Kegs. So that's it.
Yeah, thanks, Don. Yeah, we did meet with an auctioneer guy that went through a lot of different things. Gary was there, Don was on the speakerphone, and he did the auction for the Education Foundation, did a phenomenal job. And I double checked that with, I can't remember her name, ran the whole auction for the Education Foundation. And this guy has got it dialed in on how to get people excited. He meets everybody at the door, gets everybody wrapped up, and it's kind of like the auction thing. It's just a couple of different things we have to kind of work over. We're going to meet with him again and kind of solidify all that. And then I think it's going to be quite exciting. We'll meet with him and I think the week after next and go over to the mill. I'll need somebody to let us in there somewhere around 5 or 6. But who do I coordinate that with? Dawn?
Who?
Don Iverson at the city. You work there now?
Don Smith.
What's his name?
Don Smith, or?
Smith.
DAW.
What?
Right answer.
Don Goldwyn Smith.
Coordinated with the mayor.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, good, thanks.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be kind of a new twist on everything. We'll go over the mill and look through all that, so that'll be kind of exciting. Anything about Coin Quest tickets or anything of that? You want to say anything or anybody, or gotta get out there and sell? It's kind of nice that we still have time to sell more tickets until October, so 2 months away to start focusing on corks and cakes.
Question on the floor.
Yes.
Are we doing online for the auction?
That's still kind of in debate a little bit. I know there's a cutoff. We can't sell alcohol online after September 30th, the last day. So we can't sell on October 1st. So we're trying to look at that. And if Don, if you have anything to say, we're still kind of trying to figure that out, I guess.
Well, the intent right now is to have the live auction be strictly in person with what we're going to call it a hybrid approach. What we don't want to do, if we do go with a conventional auction, we don't want the online thing to slow anything down. We want the energy in the room to flow. We want it to be quick and have our auctioneer kind of be in charge of the crowd. But what we're going to look at is a way to have the online auction aspect, or the online folks, be able to participate, but more in the background, and haven't worked out the details of how we would accomplish that. But that's kind of where we're leaning. And then we will have an online auction for the silent side. So that, and we can have that continue right on through the night, and still have some details to work out on that too.
Yeah, good. Anybody have any other thoughts or ideas, or just, we probably need all the technical help with mustard. Okay. Great. So, club services, Jim Hagan.
All good.
All good.
I think he sank.
Right. He's just spoke. And Brian Rulis isn't here, community services, anybody? Foundation, Jim, all good. So how about Linda, international services?
Nothing new for international, but for the 2 visitors, in case you want to know about that, there's an offshoot of this meeting that has, I think, 11 combined clubs, and we take care of a city in Copan, Honduras, and kind of support their villages and students there, and this and that. So there's lots of opportunities to get involved internationally. You're interested?
Yeah.
And we did find out that Monroe is considering joining. They said
Yeah.
they had approved it, or that they were considering it.
Yeah, they were really excited about considering it.
So I think Monroe is going to join.
Anyhow. So membership, Kyle? Oh, yeah, okay,
I
sorry.
was just wanting to talk.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're hosting
I
a
forgot.
blood drive here. in
What?
this-
Yeah.
We're hosting a blood drive here in this room on the 12th, so this upcoming Friday. And we have filled all of our spots except for 9. So if you haven't made your appointment to donate, 9 spots.
So you have,
Correct.
so you have 9
All the
slots.
spots.
I think she said it.
Yeah.
Correct. We have 9 spots to fill.
9 spots for donors.
Cookies and oranges,
You
right?
get cookies and oranges and chips and anything.
That's worth the cost.
of your blood.
That's an even trade.
Yes, Jane.
I need my blood for chips.
How many spots do you have open?
9, hopefully 8.
Right now.
You have 8.
Making 7.
7.
You
can't get blood out of a politician.
Sorry. It'll be in this building.
Oh, there it is.
So are you talking about donors or people checking people in?
So next, I'll have Brian Ruiz send out some things
Checking people in. So you have enough people.
Otherwise, I can do it.
Okay. So we have enough people to check people in. We just need 7 more donors.
Yeah.
Blood donors. Okay.
There was one question from the school district about
Insurance.
insurance, whether the Red Cross had insurance.
We have so much insurance. I don't, okay, so I'll email my contact person and ask if they have insurance.
So they were wondering if we were gonna cover the Red Cross or somebody. I don't know, what was that?
They wondered if the Red Cross had insurance because they're gonna be in this building. Like we had them, let them know that we had insurance.
They've been in the building before.
Okay, so here's the actual sentence.
Thank you.
It says, I'm also wondering if Red Cross will be under your liability insurance. Okay, so it's not about Red Cross's insurance, it's just we're putting them on, we're covered.
Typically, wouldn't they just
Red
add?
Cross is
There's the insurance guy right there.
Is that the additional third thanks to the school district to over it?
Yeah.
Just, it's a process.
So it's just a technical difficulty, you just need to contact, you know, contact their contact.
Will you send me
And our people will
that
talk to your people.
sentence? Will you send me that sentence?
Yes,
Okay, you're gonna take care of that, Amy?
Dude, like giving blood is so much easier than this conversation.
I just sent it.
That's a good plug. There's still 9 spots, actually, no.
No, 7.
7 slots?
I don't, hurry up.
Okay, all right.
Most of them look like they're in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
But will there still be chips and juice left?
No,
1:45,
oranges will be
1:15,
gone.
I'll take 115.
1:45. I'm gonna bring.
Person in control.
I know, okay, hey,
All right. Yeah, I like that.
membership.
Yes. Hey, guess what? We might have 2 brand new members that are going to join today after this meeting.
All right.
I just met them today, and they're so like awesome people. Thank you for showing up. I do have the application completed. That's going to be an easy online application, but I have to get sent it forward. It's more complete. But instead of the old school turnout, that's actually I'm pretty sure it's the same.
Cool.
Multiple
Awesome.
times, but it's just to fill in the documents, everything where you can actually see that way. So
Okay.
that'll go to the board meeting on the 18th.
Oh, cool.
So for you,
Awesome.
2 members that are joining as of today, we'll need to still print it and we'll go from there.
Awesome.
There's 3 actually. Sorry, I forgot. I missed one of the first. But yes. So other than that, if you have any more people to join, please send them our way. So we always need more people to join and help us start community service activities.
Cool. Jared, you had a question?
Nope.
Okay.
You're raising your hand.
No, yes, that's fine.
He was itching his head, itching,
I'm trying to
scratching.
grow hair up there.
Very good. Okay, I don't think Kristen Odegaard's here to talk about Interact or scholarships or his Lance isn't here either, okay? Scouts, same thing. I think Kendra's trying to get them to come sometime soon. Since it's summertime, they can come and do a little presentation on what they've been up to. Public relations, I don't see Vicky here. Vicky? Okay, no Vicky.
I did see her during the boat parade on the lake,
Okay.
as we were chucking water balloons at everybody, and all of a sudden I hear this, I'm on your team.
Stop.
Clinging to a buoy in the water. I didn't recognize that.
Okay, how about Chris? Anything on IT?
Think about that, online auction.
Okay, yeah. And the other thing was we were gonna buy a laptop.
That would get a Windows-based laptop, but you can actually use QuickBooks on.
Yeah, okay, we did approve that at the last board meeting, I think, to get a laptop for QuickBooks and a few other things, so.
What's that? The login info? Do you understand?
Okay, awesome, thanks. I don't think Kendra's here, but she's been doing a pretty good job of programs, so that's great. If anybody has any thoughts on somebody that could come and speak, let her know. And Gary, do you have any club communication stuff?
Nope. No, I mean, we've done an awesome job on our social media sites, Rochelle and Ricky.
Yeah.
Whenever put them together.
It's been going
That
good.
keeps us pretty up to date with what's going on.
Okay, Tracy, do you have anything about application requests and community funding? Anything on that yet?
Not yet. I apologize. That's first on my list now going forward.
Okay, good. Okay, no, we got time. No worries. And then we have the Sergeant of Arms.
Let's get to work, everybody. You got names here. You got 3 minutes.
Oh, my goodness.
Terrible. Oh, darn. Nicely done, nicely done. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
No, one more time. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, today is going to be a good day. I want everybody to stand up. Stand up.
I canceled my YMCA membership.
I've got some good news. I've got some good news and I've got some other good news. The first good news is no fines this morning. Because I'm so happy about what happened at Aquafest.
That's mighty fine of you.
The second good news is I'm feeling this kind of this vibe of generosity in the room during Happy Bucks. Okay, so you guys ready? We're gonna warm up a little bit. Okay, here we go. First one, Jack LaLanne. You guys know it. Here we go.
Oh,
1
boy.
and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 and 6 and 10 and done. Well done, everybody. All right. Okay,
You look like him too.
next exercise. Here we go. This is the wallet. Grab and open. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, get out the wallet. Here comes Happy Bucks. All right, you can sit down, everybody. Thank you. Here we go. I'm gonna start with Chris.
Happy it's Friday, and I'm happy to be back.
Hey, well done.
Yeah, happy to do my first Aquafest this year, actually working at the form booth, so I've done every position there except for like the whole thing, like Michelle.
Next year.
But I actually had a good time,
Next year.
and I did get up early with the pancake breakfast, and I sold a lot of tickets. Great. What was that for next year? We're gonna set another record.
Mr. President.
Yes, I'm happy. Everybody's happy, so that's happiness. And we did have a great Aquafest thing for everybody that chipped in and everything like that. It was awesome. And I'm happy about that. On to corks and kegs.
Rock and roll, rock and roll. Mayor, good morning.
I'm happy because the only major injury I know about with Aquafest was one of our police officers got bit.
Bit?
That's good numbers. By a person, yeah.
Wow.
It was not me.
Somebody close to you.
No.
Let's go on the big screen. Ron, I know you're happy.
Yep. I'm in my happy place waiting for a tow truck, so I'm doing good. So
Good, that's always happy. Joyce, you look happy.
I'm happy when I can hear, but I am not hearing very well the other stuff in the background. So, yeah, I'm happy.
Good, 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 good. Tracy, you look happy.
Yep. I'm happy. I'm at my dad's and stepmom's house in Belfair. It's beautiful down here. I am going to Venmo a $20 bill for Rochelle because her organization last weekend is phenomenal. So thank you, Rochelle.
Right on. Right on. Don, how you doing, Don? You look happy.
Well, I'm pretty happy. I'm doing well, thank you. And I echo the same about Rochelle and how well the corn booth worked out. And I'm also happy that I got close enough on the floating parade to get a good shot at Amy floating in the water in front of the judges area. You know, it's hard to get close enough to get in range, but we got a good one of her or on her.
Nice.
Question.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Hey, Dawn, you're wearing earphones. Can you see if something like that would work with Joyce so she could hear?
Sure.
The headphones?
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jim, we're all kind of feeling bad for you. You look really uncomfortable and not very happy.
Actually, I'm happy. We had a great Aquafest. That was great. So I'll bend most of the money. And but I really sad. I'm missing you guys a lot. So, you know.
It looks so sad.
It really shows, Jim.
Yeah. All right. Take care.
I see you have something there. Thank you.
I'm happy to be moving to Lake Stevens. My experience here has been phenomenal so far. And actually, anyone who works in the city, we've been going through some like major house renovations and repairs, and first time going through permitting, and it has actually been phenomenal. Surprisingly, I've heard nightmares about doing renovations and permits, and it's actually been really great process. And everyone I've met here has been incredible. So I'm very thankful to be here.
Really good process.
Sitting next to the mayor.
I'm so happy and optimistic that we might get some permits. There's only 5 spots left for donating blood, so I'm super happy.
Good stuff, good stuff. I'm happy, no, sorry. I'm happy I am going on a family meeting. You know. How's it going over here? Very active.
Yeah, I'm happy. It's been 4 years this month since we moved to Lake Stevens. You know, moving from Florida, Sunshine City to Sunshine State was a weird transition coming out here, especially like February, January. Like, how are we doing? But you know, you then call a place home, and it's really been like the last month or two. My wife and I have really been reflecting and thinking, like, you know, we've developed some awesome friendships, getting involved in the community, doing our thing, and it's like it's really now starting to feel like home for the first time. So yeah, we're super excited. Yeah.
We'll help you get rid of that feeling.
I got a couple of happy bucks. Really happy I got to participate in Aquafest. That's good. This is a happy buck because Tracy said I had gorgeous teeth. I don't know. Yeah. She did not. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I'm going on my military training next week, about 2 weeks, so I won't be here. I love being in uniform. Teaches me. And I was the biggest vote getter. And then I'm very happy that because I blew all my money at TV, that might be calling somebody.
How are you gonna call us?
Oh, you'll find out.
So, I'm happy that we just had such a great Aquafest, and I got to get out on the water and got hit with water balloons, which really, I think is kind of hard. And I'm covering for Jack, because Jack and Mike are in Indianapolis at a huge gaming convention that was for Gen Con. I knew it was cool.
Yeah, I am happy to be here.
I'm happy. And then I'm. I'm happy we had a successful Oktoberfest, and this might sound a little funny, but it's reflective of the type of summer that I've had, because it's been great, but I'm happy to actually be here.
I'm happy Oktoberfest is over. That was big Rotary, and as Connor knows, going to wonderful meetings weekly, and then I'm glad it's all over. I'm not going to touch corn for another. Car show's over. I'm not getting corn for another 350 some odd days. I'm done with that. Yeah. And I learned a valuable lesson today. So I was trying to go up and do my pay it forward at Starbucks once a month. And so I get up there and I pay, and the lady says, so nice of you. Are you sure you want to do this? I'm like, of course I do. Apparently the person behind me was feeding the entire office's Cheetos this morning. So I learned when the barista says, are you sure you really want to do this? That's your ticket to say no. Yeah, very important lesson. And I just signed up for blood drive. I did find out as a type 2 diabetic, I can donate blood. So I'm signed up for 2 months.
And very generous.
Yeah. I won't be getting any more coffee this month.
I've been moved.
I'm sure you did.
Check the record. I'll put in $5 for the cooler weather today.
Yes.
You know, one of the things that I discovered this recent time is that I don't do very well in the hot weather. You know, it saps me out. So this weather is really good for me. I'm happy about that.
Neither is John.
They appreciate you showing up on Saturday. You came out to help.
Oh, yeah, well, the Tesla got me here.
Yeah, Tesla got him here.
When are you? I mean,
Oh, I've got a 5 for Rochelle too. Thank you for all the organization. I would have been scared to death without it. Of course, it was all so easy and so fun. You said it was fun. It was
So fun. It was
Yeah.
so fun.
There you go. Happy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for assisting.
Yeah, she was awesome.
I have some happy bucks. Again, thank you, everybody. Hard work, great Oktoberfest. Secondly, thank you all very much for people who did come and support us at the fire station. The number 1 event at Oktoberfest. And third, I want to know who I can get my medical claim in for my cooking. Corn cooker reaching around.
Yeah, we got to.
Oh, yeah, you want to see the one from 5 years ago right there? Yeah, obviously. Battle injury.
So it's been a week.
She's reach around here and turn the valves on.
Ron was injured too.
Hey, Jim, I think we can work on our class action lawsuit here next week.
I'm glad to be back in Lake Stevens. You all are way more fun than people.
there's a speaker.
Okay, so here's my happy 5. Thank you so much, everyone. I mean, we're all saying it, but Oktoberfest was amazing, and it's because of the people who all of us were and how generous and you give up of your weekend time. So that was awesome because I know it wasn't the coolest weather. So, but it was fun. Thank you so much. And I'm taking 2:15 in the blood drive. Yay! For next Friday. So there now I only see 2 spots left. So they're going fast. And great weekend and love and thank you everyone again for all your help. I think that's all.
fun to be with you. Always fun to know that the booth does bring all over here. So, and then twin update. The boys are communicated. They trusted me to date. It was the first time I've had it. So I had 4 hours of babysitting twin boys.
So there's 4 of
They
them.
survived me and I survived them. They really do that. So, and then also announcement that my store opens on August 31st, but we're having some pre-events. So Saturday before, you could come, or the Sunday before, if you want to sneak peek before the soft open country.
And next year, double up the good shit.
Yeah.
Good shit was good shit.
Take off half the holes, because I think it pulls out, yeah.
They like it though, they like
You know-
that.
Yeah.
You know what was the most fun? Was watching the young kids come up and say, Daddy, look at what that says.
I know, I heard one of them say, what are you doing? Dad, I put the bad word on my clothes. I'm pretty happy to.
I echo what Amelia said about Aquafest. Thank you, Rochelle, and everybody else, Don, for coordinating us. Happy luck for our guests. We want to hear what they have to share about the food bank. Excited about that. And lastly, happy luck because a friend of mine who I joined the fire department with as a recruit back in 1998, Pat Cook, his last day was last Sunday as a full-time firefighter. He had a full career as a teacher in the school district and then decided to want to get back to the fire department part-time and then did a career for 20-something years. So it's exciting to hear about him. Thanks, Steve.
I'll echo what everybody has been saying about Aquafest. It was a great time. We had a booth location was phenomenal. 12th edition. The senior center was complaining that they wish they had fans. And they looked great. The water, that was fun. Some people asked for it, some did not ask for it.
Like the judges?
Anyway, like the judges,
Yeah.
they deserved it.
Thanks, Chris.
Obviously, for the
Yeah, I
outcome,
asked
they
you
really
after
did
that.
deserve it.
There was one guy in the crowd that was firing back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, everybody.
All right, so you want to introduce the food bank? Yeah.
All right, so, we've got, Sophia is the president of the Lake Students Food Bank. Anthony is our executive director. They are gonna do a little presentation on where we're gonna, we actually have stuff happening, so it's gonna be kind of cool to hear what we've got going on and actual plans in place.
Nice.
An action plan that we're setting in motion, so.
Of action happening out there. I see it every day.
Yep.
All
Cool,
right.
pretty cool. And you gotta give her props. Every time she comes here, she wears her building donation food bank shirt.
Well, it's about building a community, which obviously you guys are very a part of and involved with, and that was our goal with joining the food bank a few years ago. I wasn't sure what I was getting into, and it was a lot more than I thought, and we've done a really good job. It's been awesome to work with Chris as our vice president, and then Gary and Jim have been a part of the building committee for far longer than I was ever involved in the food bank, so they've been doing a lot of hard work behind the scenes for a long time. Currently, I don't know if everyone's noticed, but we have finished our first phase, which is site plan. You can see that the area's been paved, it's been curved, and now we are starting on our second phase, which we call vertical. So site plan included all of the planning, permitting, studies, the environmental impacts, all the behind the scenes things that are super boring, but very long and takes a lot of time. So we got that done, and we are very excited to be finished with that. Now we're going on to vertical. So we've actually started the groundwork for the foundation. Last week we had to redesign the entire building. That was fun. So we have made it better. It worked out really well. We've got the food bank will be on the entire first floor of that building that we have there. and social services.
Who's your
Thank you.
coffee? This is with the coffee we got yesterday at
Oh,
Costco.
thank you.
Social services will be on the upstairs portion of the building. We added an elevator, and so the middle of that building is going to be a lot of storage, and then to the right where you see that door, we're going to have a shopping model marketplace so that people can come to
That is good.
Dignity, shop, and Anthony talk a little bit more about that.
So
I do want to
if I buy, it costs 4 times more.
coordinated with Rotary. Thank you for all of thank you for the corn, extra corn that you guys had left over, and thank you for funding for the building. Because our requirements with our grants will allow us to have just anybody come in and do the work on the kitchen, like we talked about with Rochelle. We have some other ideas because we really do want that kitchen to be dedicated to Rotary. We want Rotary sign above it, and we want that teaching kitchen to be a part of the community and Rotary. So we're working out other ways to make that kitchen Rotary. So I'm going to present over to Anthony, our new executive director.
All right. Thank you guys for having us. Thank you guys so much for all that you guys do for the community. As Sophina said, thank you guys for the corn. It was 148 pounds of corn. We already got rid of all of it pretty quickly. I do have a tax receipt in my truck. I don't know if you guys collect those, but I did remember to bring it. So this PowerPoint here is essentially our case statement for the need for a new food bank building. I started here in December, so Sophina and Chris and Gary are a little more privy to what is going on with the building and the details. But here at the Lake Stevens Food Bank, our mission statement is to nourish and empower Lake Stevens today, building a resilient and sustainable community for tomorrow. So these are just some statistics. 1 in 5 children in Washington State, they live in a home that can't consistently provide food for them. As we all know, there is a rising cost of living, not just in our city, but in everywhere. There's a rising cost in food. Just for instance, I went to the grocery store to go and get mac and cheese. Used to be like 29 cents a box. Now it's about $1.50 a box. Those are one of the staples that most people probably have in their households. And now a lot of people can't afford to buy those things. And so we're seeing a huge increase in numbers. I will try to skip some of these that aren't quite as important, or they're important, but so these are some of the programs that we currently provide. We do a weekly on-site distribution over at Ebenezer Church. Those numbers have been about 100 people every week coming through. When COVID hit, we were forced to expand and start doing more mobile distributions where we set up at local churches. It's not the greatest model, but it allowed us to serve more people. And currently we're averaging about 3,600 people every month. When COVID hit, we had a school pantry. Yes.
Are those 3,600 unique families or individuals, or?
So those are, it's about 2,600 duplicated, and about, 23 and about 1,300 that are new clients. And so that also, to go off of that, that also shows us that we have a lot of people that aren't returning to us. Obviously, we don't know why, but we hope that that means that people are getting back on their feet.
I have another question, way to ask that too, is what's the average time that somebody uses a food bank at Lake Stevens?
That we're not quite able. I mean, we could, but the amount of time that would take, we estimate that it's probably about 3 months is how long somebody comes and visits us for. Yeah, and we obviously have some elderly clients that they don't have a steady source of income, that they're probably going to continue to come to us until they can't any longer. So we do have that. When COVID hit, we had a school pantry program that has stopped obviously because of COVID, and changing multiple directors has dropped the ball. But once the school year starts, the goal is to get that back open again. This year, we also started a program with the Early Childhood Education and Assistance Program. So it's the low-income families where their kids might have learning disabilities. So what we do is each family takes a turn providing us with a recipe Most of them are culturally relevant to that family. And so we purchase all the ingredients, and then they get to go home and cook all of that with their family. Our goal was to do one a month, and we've done about, bless you, we've done about 4 of them since we started this program before the school year ended. And it's been very, very well received. We have lots of pictures. The first one we did was lumpia, and so there was pictures of the kids rolling lumpia. And it's been a pretty amazing program. And then, as always, we have our holiday meal programs where we provide Christmas and Thanksgiving boxes, and we also did Easter boxes this year. And those average about between 300 and 350 that we get to hand out. There goes back to the 65% get back on their feet within 3 months. Do you want me to show this video? Okay. Sophina wants her minute of
I
fame.
grew up, my mom was a single mom, and her mother was dying of cancer. And we had a hard time making ends meet. And she was too proud to go to the food bank. So we just went hungry. It would be one meal a day. I wish she had known that
We might not be showing the video.
a service like this.
Is it just not going to work, Chris?
Yeah, it's just the
Okay.
Wi-Fi.
It's just buffering.
It's a great video. It's on our website. If you guys want to see it.
Why is it not playing?
I think it's just slow.
It's just the.
Should I try it again or move on?
District-wide.
Was out there because it would have made all of our lives so much easier. Because when you meet people with dignity and respect, you help them help themselves.
I don't think a lot of people realize how big the hunger problem is and how much we're able to help.
Yeah, we'll move on. It's probably going to take a little while for it to.
I grew up, my mom was a single.
Watch it, and I bet 65% of you start getting a little teary.
They'll make it cry.
Yes.
So let's report back on next Friday.
I think that the video was great because it gave us the ability to show how much we impact not only the people that are coming to us, but the people that volunteer for the food bank. How small our food bank currently is, and why we're serving over 3,000 people a month out of 900 square feet. And thanks to the city, we are able to rent this space to food for it, but it's just inefficient what we've got going on. And the video does show that, but also shows the heart behind the community and also behind the food bank. So I'm really proud of that. I'm proud to be a part of that part of the organization. Watch the video at some point.
Yes, watch the video. So I actually just repulled these numbers because we're applying for a grant through Commerce, and they asked for the fiscal years. And so I got the older data. So 2018 to 2019 fiscal year was about 16,000 individuals that we served. The 2019 to 2020 was about 36. So we actually doubled once COVID hit. And as you can see, that number has continued to increase. And as Sophina was saying, we operate out of about 900 square feet with about a 1,700 square foot warehouse that is off-site. It is very, very inefficient. It's very time consuming for volunteers and for staff. It's just not, it's not a resourceful or sustainable way that we can continue to do it. So as Sophina said, apparently when the building was designed, they didn't know that there was going to be food stored on the second floor of the warehouse. And so the floor was unable to hold pallets of food. So just last week, everything was completely redesigned. And as you can see, so this is the lower floor. The lower area is going to be the shopping center. It will allow clients to come in. They'll get to use a grocery shopping cart. They will get to walk around. They'll get to pick the food that they actually want. Currently, we just kind of load up a box and hand it to them. And oftentimes, we probably aren't catering to their cultural needs. We're probably giving things that they probably don't like. And now they will get to actually pick those foods. The center section and the upper section is our receiving in our warehouse area. This will allow us ample space, vertical storage to where we can actually use a forklift. We can put food up on pallet racking. And then upstairs will be the social services area. We currently have a letter of interest from Volunteers of America to come in and rent that space. So not only will it be a one-stop shop where the clients that come in can receive other services, but it will also be a source of revenue for the food bank to help sustain the new building and the new costs that come along with that. All right, so also, so the site plan is complete. This is the budget that we had for that, and that finished up June.
End of June, July 5th-ish.
And now currently we are working on the vertical budget. We're still working on funding for it. As I said, I'm applying for a grant with Commerce. That will get us the majority of the funds that we need. Sophina and I went over to the budget last night, and it's about $200,000 that we are short. And so we are working on continuing to fundraise, still asking for donations, grant writing, and whatever we can do to get that extra funding. The goal right now is to build the vertical build, to get the building dried in, get a certificate of occupancy so that we can continue serving out of there, and then later build that social services section, frame everything in, and get that up and running. Do you want to speak on the donor stuff?
Yeah, so these are just different donor levels, and I think we could probably just skip past that. But I think we do plan to have a similar fireball on the building site so that we have kind of a connection to downtown, so that we have the exterior of the building, which is being painted for free. We have a donor that's going to do all the painting for free. We're working with Sherwin-Williams, I think, to try and get our paint for free. So we're doing everything we can to cut our costs and get this done with in-kind donations so that this happens. I mean, I want this done. Everybody wants this done. We want to be over this discussion and be proud of this building. So any questions about the building? Okay, great. Well, thanks for letting us present.
Thank you, guys.
I do want to say thank you, Mayor Gailey, for writing the letter for the Commerce Grant, and also thank you, Secretary of State Hobbs, for also writing the letter on behalf of the food bank for the Commerce Grant. We really appreciate all of the support.
You too. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks, Sophina and Anthony, for the presentation and the food banks. Very key piece of infrastructure for us out here. So that's really great. Everybody that helped with that. And we have a gift certificate in your guys' name for the food bank for the Education Foundation, Dolly Parton book deal. So that's great. And any other questions? Meeting adjourned. Thanks for being here. James.